So guys, it's the end of season 3. How do you think it's turned out? Hello guys, and welcome to Dreaming is Possible here with Chesterfield. And well, April has not started off particularly well, as you can see in this game against Gillingham. Hell of a battle as well, as you can see right here with the amount of yellow cards picked up, I should say, like in between both sides. We bossed this game, as you can see, like in the fact that we had nearly 60% possession, the amount of shots and stuff that we had. We were leading by a goal to nil, and then it all fell apart. You know what I mean? They scored like literally a minute straight after. Then we scored an own goal. Within 2 minutes that own goal going in, they've gone up 3-1, and we're in a right mess. But we managed to get another goal back, but we just couldn't get the equaliser. But yeah, a bit of a battle. You know, Gillingham were fighting to obviously for their playoff position, so you can understand where they're coming from. And we are the away side, but yeah, not to be. But don't worry, because things picked up a lot better after that, because we got 3 wins on the bounce. And yes, guess what? We are promoted, but not only are we promoted, we are promoted as champions. And you're probably thinking, oh, what? We didn't get to see it. No, unfortunately not. You know what I mean? But we have got one game in today's episode, guys, to finish off the season, which is against Charlton. But as you can see, yeah, a 4-1 win over Sunderland, and then the same result against Bolton, and then followed by a 2-0 victory over Blackpool. So league table, if you're wondering how it finished, well, it's still 1 game to go, but as you can see, 11 points. It was no doubt really that we were going to finish on top. I think, you know what I mean, it was very would have been a bit of a massive turnaround if we'd have suddenly lost all those games. So this is kind of end of the season, sort of, going over stuff like that. As you can see, no sort of players really challenging for top goal scorer. We got Carlton Morris on 14, but way off the pace of Liam Delap at Coventry. Average rating not doing as well as what we did obviously in last season, whereas obviously last season we had the top 8 players, didn't we? With this season, yeah, not as good, even though we are going up, we are going to the championship, which is mad to think, you know what I mean? But yeah, looking at it, I mean, Remy Matthews pretty much on the clean sheet side of things, 19, pretty decent turnaround, you know what I mean, from him. And but apart from that, not really any other players that were sort of showing anything, assists and stuff like that. No, yeah, wasn't brilliant, you know what I mean, in those side of things. But hey, you know what I mean, it's this figure right here, 91 points. That's what counts, you know what I mean, of us going up. And yeah, we've got our budget for next season, and you want to know how much the budget is for next season? There it is, 17 million. We all got as a transfer budget, 125,000 is our wage budget, so a massive increase there, you know what I mean. And but saying that though, I don't even think that we don't necessarily need to buy anyone. We've got some players already, we know that are going to be joining, that we'd already sorted out, they're going to be coming in. But I don't think there's anyone there massively that we're going to need to, I'm going to give more of the youngsters, a run out. I think I'm going to, try and bring them through. Quite happy to sit a couple of seasons in the Championship. I'll be very, very surprised if we went up to the Premier League. That would be a massive shock if we just went straight up. I think it's just about time that we give some of these youngsters more of a run out and stuff like that. And some of you guys that obviously what your players give you more game time and stuff like that. Might buy 1 or 2 players, but nothing I'm not going to go exorbitant and go stupid and spend all that money. But it's nice to know that we've got it if we need to. So that's the main thing. As for the club vision and stuff like that, pretty much, yeah, board's pretty much happy with everything and how things have gone. Obviously, we haven't done very well in the domestic cup competitions. Maybe we could look at something like that, pushing for doing a little bit better in those competitions. We'll see how that that pans out. So just to fill you in on a few little sort of transfer situations, Liverpool released this guy here, Bo Janssen. They released him as a player not happy, so I put basically I've offered him a contract, and he's quite happy to accept. He can play in a few different positions and stuff like that, so he will be joining us. He's only 18 years of age, like I say. He'll be joining us, and just give you an idea of what stats is like. That's what his stats are. So we've got a sort of a decent player coming from a Premier League side. Harry Sutton, unfortunately, he will be going to Nashville at the end of his league contract because I can't sort out a work permit for him. For some reason, the game will not allow him to have a work permit, so he has gone back to the United States, or he will be going back to the United States once his loan at Paderborn is finished. So he has joined up with Nashville, and good luck to him, and hopefully we'll be able to sign Harry later on down the line when he's maybe more sort of like established. I don't know how we're going to be able to sign him, but that's something that we can think about down the line anyway. Our staff has increased with regards to going up to the Championship, so we've got 4 more positions that we can fill on our coaching staff, and we've got a couple of positions on the recruitment team and stuff like that, so we can maybe bring in a couple more scouts, and we can obviously bring in some more coaches and stuff like that, which will be beneficial to the club and in developing the players and stuff. That's going to be good. Team dynamics, as you can see, team cohesion, it's good, you know what I mean? And then we got very good dressing room atmosphere, and the managerial support is excellent. So there's a few concerns with regards to situations like we got the captain unhappy with when we sold Charlie Lawrence, kind of out of my hands. I don't know why he's unhappy with me. Well, I don't know if he's unhappy with me or with the club or whatever, but it was the club that sold him. We've got Will Patchen, who's wanting a new deal. Not too sure whether I will give him one. The same goes obviously with regards to Benny Ashley Seal. He's wanting a new deal sort of thing, and then he's saying too many promises were broken by the manager. Well, I tried to offer him a new deal, but he wants to be a star player. He's not a star player. If at best he's a squad rotation kind of player, you know what I mean. So I think he will be leaving in the summer. So, like I say, guys, going into this game, I'm going to give a few players a run out. We're going to give Jeff Davis, who's a danger Joe. We're going to give him a go out in goal. We've got Wyatt going to play at right back, Fleming, and Monterey de Jake, which is Jake Lau going to play in at centre back along with Humphrey. We've got Tim Woods. You're going to be playing alongside Malcolm Clark in the midfield. Torme's going to play in the actual attacking role rather than out on the wings, with Walker and Appleby going to play out on the wings, and then Morris is going to play up top. That is basically the lineup. We've got Rodolfo, you're on the bench because you have had a few games where Jeff obviously hasn't. Agus Medina is going to be there, Mads Beck Sorensen, Luke Dyer, Tim Dinsmore, James Way, and Papas Dembele has just come back from his injury, so we might get a chance to see him. As you can see, his fitness or his match fitness isn't brilliant. He's literally just come back yesterday. So just to give you an idea of Charlton's lineup and the way that they're going into this for a 4-2-3-1, and we've also, if you remember, we got there's Josh Vickers there, who was obviously a goalkeeper for us on a loan from when he was at Lincoln, but obviously Charlton have signed him now, so it's good to see him doing well. Say when he's doing well, they're actually getting relegated, aren't they, Charlton? So not doing too well, are they? But yeah, this is the two. Like I say, these are the two lineups going into it, and it doesn't really matter too much what this game is about. I just thought, get you guys to see the final game of the season. So just basically told the players to go out there and have fun. That's why not? There's no pressure on them. They can do that, and we'll see how this highlight pans out as Jeff Davis plays that one long, but doesn't find anyone with that one, so maybe he has to work on his goal kicking. So a chance here for Charlton to push forward as they get a ball into the box. Ty Fleming does get a head on that. I think we'll see a lot more of Ty Fleming next season. He's had a few games for us, obviously this season, but I think we'll see a lot more of him in the Championship. Good pressure, trying to stop it. They still managed to get a ball into the box here, and it's cleared, and then eventually the shot is hit wide. So I'm expecting maybe Charlton to get a result here, because obviously these players are not used to playing with each other, so the cohesion's maybe not going to be brilliant, but it just gives them like I say more of a run out and 90 minutes under the belt, or depending on how much they get under the belt, depending on substitutions and stuff like that. But Jeff Davis has seen quite a few attempts at the ball here, you know what I mean, and he's doing all right so far. Humphrey now fires this one across, and there's a goal, and this one actually will stand. It's actually Jake Lau who gets his first goal for the club, so well done to Jake. He gets his first goal for Chesterfield, and that's always one to remember, isn't it, when you get your first goal for a club. Good header, far stick, nicely done. Gets above everyone else. Good ball in from Humphrey, just checking there the offside, but no, he's not. So even though Charlton had the early pressure and stuff like that, it looks like towards the end of the half we've managed to gain the goal and put the pressure on them. As Wyatt now plays this one over the top, Appleby's got in here, and are we going to make it 2? We're not. Good save from the keeper. So we're coming up to half time. We're leading by a goal to 0, and we've turned things around like towards the end of this half, but we have got one more highlight. Chance for Charlton maybe to equalise just before the break. Played all the way across here. And is that a corner? Yeah, I thought. Wait, sometimes pauses in the box. You're just thinking whether it's a penalty or not. So they've got a corner. It's played in. Fleming gets it initially. Jake Lau gets the initial header away, and then tipped over the bar for another corner. So Charlton putting on the pressure here, just towards the end of the this first half. Another ball in. Fleming and then Woods just blast it, and then surely the referee's going to blow. As you can see, massively turn things around towards the end of the half, like 20 attempts, like, I mean, with 9 of them on target, and even though this team hasn't played together and stuff like that, and a few of the players, you know, getting a bit of a run out, doing pretty well, and again, we're bossing the possession nearly 60%. So coming to the end here, we're into injury time, and it looks like it's going to be a 1-0 result. And it is. So a clean sheet for Jeff Davis. Well done. He really did produce some, like, you know, good saves in there. And as you can see, a pretty dominant performance. Like, so bodes well for next season, doesn't it? With like some of these youngsters getting a run out and showing what they can do. So there is the final league table. Then, as you can see, we and Bristol Rovers are the two teams that are going up. Bristol Rovers probably a little bit sort of concerned with going into that final game of the season. That they knew they had to get something because Coventry were breathing down the necks, but it is Bristol Rovers and ourselves that have got automatic promotion. It's Coventry, Crawley, Fleetwood and Ipswich that will be in the playoffs for that final spot. Bolton, Accrington, Charlton and Burton are all the teams that are going down. As for the Sky Bet Championship, just to see like teams that we're not going to be playing next season, it's Cardiff. Yes, a shock. You know, not too far away. You know, they were not long ago. They were in the Premier League, but yeah, Cardiff have been relegated. We're not going to be playing them next season. Also, we're not going to get like a derby against Rotherham because they're going back the other way. Colchester are also going to be joining them as well. Leeds and Brighton not going to play facing them. They are going straight up, but it's going to be one of these four: Watford, Stoke, Blackburn, or Sheffield United that are going to face them. But as you can see, just looking at these sides, yeah, I'll be very surprised if we do as well as what we've done so far. These are some now we're playing with the big boys, like, you know what I mean. So yeah, it's going to be very tough. I've got a feeling like next season, but I keep saying that every season, don't I? And we do well. So who knows, like, you know what I mean, what that's going to hold for us. What I'll do in tomorrow's episode, guys, is it will be sort of like, you know, a kind of an end of season, beginning of new season kind of like, you know, episode tomorrow. So there won't be like, you know, necessarily any games in tomorrow. It's going to be more of a transfers, pre-season, end of this season, like, you know, like just like, you know, sort of like I'm not going to do it in today's video, but I'll fast forward it, and then I'll show who like finished, you know, top in the Premier League, FA Cup winner, all that sort of thing in tomorrow's episode, guys. And you know, so that's what it's going to be in that one. So it's kind of a more of a roundup in tomorrow's, but also going into, like, you know, the new season for the championship. So that's what it's going to be kind of like, you know, in tomorrow's episode, guys. So if you're tuning in tomorrow for some actual gameplay and stuff like that, then you will be disappointed. But anyway, hopefully you will tune in, and if you've got any maybe some transfer suggestions and stuff like that, then please feel free to like let me know down in the comments, guys. That'd be awesome, and I appreciate all your support. And yeah, long may it continue into 2020. Like, you know, in real life, obviously we're in 2022, like in game, but yeah, like, thank you so much, guys, for all your support over 2019, and long may it continue into 2020. And I'll catch you in the next one, and yeah, one of them, please. And I'll catch you next time. Stay from Mumongu Gaming, signing off. Cheers.